Welcome into the Friday Night Frenzy. That's Preston Harvey. I'm Amy Zimmer. The rest of the team will join us in just a few minutes. Week 11 of the high school football season marks the final regular season game for a handful of squads.
That's right. That means the playoff picture is starting to take shape, and tonight playoff seeding on the line for many teams as well.
That's right. And kicking off in GHSA Region 2 6A, the Effingham County Rebels looking to remain perfect in region play, hosting the Lakeside Panthers. Oh, I love this. Where's Waldo? Found in Springfield. Effingham County band in the Halloween spirit. Rebels wasting no time in this one. Minutes into the game, Effingham up 7-0 on the swing pass from Nate Hayes to AJ Butts. That score making the class of 1983 happy. Look at that. They're celebrating their 40th reunion tonight. But Lakeside would score 21 unanswered points, including this touchdown pass from Akil Grissom to Ty Jones. Effingham kind of rolled back. First, it's Hayes on the keeper. Yeah, he's in for the touchdown. Makes it 21-14 in the second quarter. Minutes later, the Rebel defense forces the fumble. Christian Dillon recovers for Effingham. That leads to another touchdown for the home team. It's Butts walks into the end zone. The game is tied up now. Effingham remains undefeated in region play thanks to the 36-31 win. The Rebels can win the region title with a win over Brunswick next week. All right, you know the drill. We are just warming up here on the Frenzy.
Bringing you highlights from the biggest games across Southeast Georgia and the South Carolina Low Country. Coming up, our Carolina Clash Game of the Week. The May River Sharks colliding with the Hilton Island Seahawks.
And that game and more straight ahead. Be right back.
Hi,
You're watching the Friday Night Frenzy. Okay, let's get you right out to our Carolina Clash game of the week. The Hilton Head Island Seahawks hosting the May River Sharks.
With the regular season wrapping up in the South Carolina Lowcountry tonight, there's plenty of playoff implications for this contest. Here's Dave Williams with the highlights.
Well, Amy Preston here at the Seahawks Nest at Hilton Head High. It's very simple for the visiting May River Sharks, a win, and they're in the postseason. As for the home team, the Hilton Head Seahawks, well, they need some help. They need a Colleton County loss, and Hilton Head themselves must win this game tonight by 13 or more points. And that's despite the Seahawks coming into the game winless in the region and on a 5-game losing streak. But it was May River that came out fast, going to work on their second possession of the game. Jordan Williams takes the handoff, makes some nice moves, breaks through the pack, and gets down to the 9-yard line. That drive, though, would stall, and they would have to settle for the Hudson Tanner field goal and a 3-0 lead. The Sharks were looking to bite again on their next possession, but Hilton Head would have none of that as Carson Haynes comes up with the interception for the Seahawks to end the drive. But May River came right back in the second quarter on 4th and 12. They convert as Gage Duncan makes the incredible one-handed grab of the Tanner Macy aerial, and the Sharks were in business. They would cash it in just a few plays later as Cameron Mitchell takes the direct snap and makes his way to the payoff pasture. The PAT was blocked, and it was 9-0 May River. And they would go on to claim that playoff spot with a 9-6 victory. On Hilton Head Island, Dave Williams, WJCL 22 News.
Big Region 3 AAA matchup in Long County. The Blue Tide looking for their third straight win, while the undefeated Calvary Day Cavaliers look to remain perfect on the year. Opening drive of the game, the Blue Tide defense coming to play. Christopher Hatfield leading the charge, a big tackle for loss. Cavaliers forced to punt. Now, first play of the game for the home team doesn't end so well. Deshaun McGinney's throw on the run, pass is picked off by Brexton Bell. And giving Tennessee commit Jake Merklinger the ball with great field position is a sure thing. His partner in crime, Michael Smith, across the middle, in for the first score of the game. 7-0 Cavs. Now, second series for Long County, and the handoff pays off in a big way. Amari Douglas with nothing but green grass, but the Blue Tide unable to get any points and turn over on downs. The Cavs dynamic duo striking again. Merklinger to Smith for his second touchdown of the night. Calvary defeats Long County 35-0.
To Pooler Stadium, Savannah Christian Raiders facing the Groves Rebels on homecoming. Raiders sitting at number 2 in Region 3 AAA. Groves at the bottom but showing fight. Second quarter, Savannah Christian up 35-0. Raiders quarterback Blaze Thomas looking for an option. That was Rebels Avion Dillard getting the sack. Groves trying to get something going. Quarterback Bernard Drain Jr. scrambles, throws up a pass. Raiders' Jaden Miles says, thank you. Look at the speed. Gets by a handful of Rebels before taken down for a huge gain. Same drive, Miles takes the handoff to finish it. Touchdown puts Raiders up 42-0. Groves now backed up into their own end zone. Forced to punt. Raiders' Kenry Wall puts on a show. Zigzags for a clear lane to the house. Savannah Christian up 42-0, and Raiders go on to blank Groves 56-0.
There was an important game with playoff implications in Region 3 AAA with Johnson facing Country Day.
That's right. Now Rick Snow was at Island Stadium for the showdown.
Amy, Preston, how important is this game? Well, the Country Day Hornets can lock up a playoff berth in the region with a win tonight, while the Johnson Adams Smashers, they can propel themselves back into the playoff picture with a victory of their own. Right after the opening kickoff, the Hornets go to work as Barton Mixon finds Keith James open for a 15-yard gain and a first down. The two cap off the drive as Mixon hits James on the sideline, and he goes the rest of the way, scooting into the end zone for the touchdown, and it was quickly 7-0 Country Day. Johnson tries to answer back as Malachi Bacon picks up a big first down to the far sideline. But the Hornets shut the Smashers down as Sam Bueno bats down the pass to stop the drive. On the first play of the second quarter, Mixon calls his own number and races down the far sideline until he is caught inside the 5-yard line. On the very next play, Hires Holland powers into the end zone for the touchdown to make it 14-0, and Country Day runs away to a 30-0 victory to improve to 6-3 for the season and clinch a playoff berth. Rick Snow, WJCL 22 News.
Over at the Hill, the Wildcats looking to snap a 3-game losing streak against the Lowndes Vikings. Picking this one up at the start of the second half, Richmond Hill leading 22-0. Caleb Easterling letting another team know nothing comes easy at the Hill. Tackle for loss pushes the Vikings back and will go 3 and out. Now, ladies and gentlemen, get familiar with this guy right here, Nick Bliss. He is gone with the wind. Good luck catching him. 75 yards to the crib, and the coaching staff and Mike Lazat loves it. Now, Wildcats going for the 2-point conversion, and it's none other than Bliss. This time on the receiving end, yeah, he can flat out do it all. 30-0 Richmond Hill. Now, next series for Lowndes, Liam Brown putting the team on his back, using the outside for the big gain before being forced out of bounds. Zachary Flemings, couple plays later, punches in the touchdown. Now, despite all that, Richmond Hill holds on to get the big win over Lowndes, 37-14.
To Island Stadium we go. It was homecoming for the Beach Bulldogs. Excuse me, this is at Savannah High. They were leading Liberty County Panthers 14-13. Late in the second quarter, Panthers are driving. Quarterback Carlos Singleton with a long pass to Jeremiah Payne. Makes the leaping catch at the 17-yard line for a first down. Anquan Roberts would finish the drive by powering into the end zone from a yard out. 2014 Liberty County. The Panther defense stopped the Bulldogs on their next possession. Desmond Brown sacks the quarterback for a big loss. And after the punt, Singles with the touchdown pass to Ron Golden. That's going to make it 26-14 Liberty County at the half. They're celebrating. Liberty County runs away to a 43-21 win over Beach and spoil their homecoming.
Portal Panthers visiting McIntosh County Academy. First quarter action now. Elijah Coleman to his favorite target. Yeah, big 22 member Amir Jackson for the 18-yard touchdown. 6-0 Portal. Now in the second quarter, Coleman showing his elusiveness as he will break multiple tackles and goes 50 yards for the score. 12-0 Portal Panthers on top in this one. Now the Panthers defense pitching in some plays as well. Brian McQueen comes up with a big-time interception to stop the Buccaneers in their tracks. Then on 4th and 9 with 10 seconds left in the half, it's Coleman down the sidelines and cuts back for the touchdown. Portal up 20-0 at the half and goes on to get the win 27-0.
The action kicked off this afternoon at Hilton Head Prep. The Dolphins hosting rival Hilton Head Christian. It was the Eagles flying high early. Quarterback Dylan Clark drops back. The pass finding a wide open Tyshawn Mansell in the end zone for the touchdown. 7-0 Hilton Head Christian. After a Hilton Head Christian second interception, the Eagles go to work again. This time, Clark calling his own number. He's coming right into your living room. Gets into the end zone. Hilton Head Christian had a 14-0 lead. They were far from done. More offense as Zane Wilson going to take the handoff here on this next play. Check this out. Finds his way into the end zone. Another touchdown. Eagles up 21-0. To the second quarter now. More of the same for Christian as Tyson Marshall takes it in for his second touchdown of the game. 28-0 Hilton Head Christian. Prep would get on the board. However, Hilton Head Christian rolls 38-7 the final.
South Effingham Mustangs hosting the Grovetown Warriors. Picking this one up in the second quarter. Ball game scoreless. Mustangs quarterback Caden Durango. Quick pitch to Caden Ward for the easy run-in touchdown. Extra point makes it 7-0 South Effingham. Grovetown answers back. Amari Clark looking deep downfield. Marquez Fobbs wide open to even this one up 7-7 all. South Effingham shakes it off and cruises to a 40-14 win over Grovetown. More highlights still to come here on the Friday Night Frenzy.
Plus, find out who made the play of the week. Stay with us.
You're watching the Frenzy on WJCL 22.
Welcome back to the Friday Night Frenzy. Okay, getting right straight back to it, taking you out to Memorial Stadium. Homecoming for the Memorial Day Matadors. Royalty in attendance. Matadors hosting the Southwest Georgia Academy Warriors in a non-conference game. Matadors came ready to play. Check out the Sear Best taking the opening kickoff back for a touchdown. 2-point conversion, no good. 6-0 Memorial Day. Southwest Georgia Academy opening drive and Warriors strike back. Colt Williams with the honors. Warriors grab a 7-6 lead. Following another Southwest Georgia Academy score, Matadors quarterback Tyler Kindle drops back, sends a rocket. Look at that. Julian Zamora comes down with it. What a play by the Matadors. However, unable to turn into a score. Southwest Georgia Academy comes out on top in this one, 55-20, the final.
Buford Eagles on the road in Hannon, taking on the Hawks. Now, Buford would jump out to an early lead in this one. Short run by running back Jaden Andrews to go up 7-0. The Eagles, though, unable to hold on to that lead, falling to Hannon 35-20 for the final. Thursday night football featured two matchups, Benedictine clashing with Islands at Memorial Stadium. The Cadets looking to remain perfect on the year. Open and drive BC. Hey, shout out to the pass protection on this play. Coleman Hawk with all the time in the world, wide open. Rashawn Matthews in for the score, 7-0. And Benedictine will go on to get the big win, 57-0 over Islands.
New Hampshire hosting Burke County Thursday night, picking this one up at the start of the second half. Ball game tied at 14. New Hampshire defense stepping up big time. Cameron Blake mazes with the interception to set his team up with great field position. They would go ahead and turn that one into a touchdown. Big win for New Hampshire Thursday. They defeat Burke County 34-28. They can lock up the #2 playoff seed out of Region 3 Quad A.
Many great plays to get to in another exciting week of high school football. However, the top spot, Nick Bliss from Richmond Hill, showing off the speed, 75 yards to the crib. And you know everybody loves it, including the coaching staff.
All right, and looking ahead, big college football Saturday. Georgia, Florida will have a complete recap Saturday night. And that's going to do it for this week of the Frenzy. Alongside Preston Harvey, I'm Amy Zimmer for the rest of the sports team. Thanks for watching and have a great night.